Hey everyone, my name is Nick, also known as Mr. Fluffy Nuts. I thought I'd start this rock channel off to show off some of the rocks that I found recently here in the Portland area, mostly along the Willamette River, some a little further east, out just on the east side of the Cascades. But let's get into it. We'll kind of show you some rocks. I've got a couple of buddy rocks in here. I've got a big tumbler, 16-pound tumbler, so I can handle some pretty big rocks in there, and most of the smaller tumblers can't. So buddy gave me a couple to tumble for him, so we'll start off with those. This looks to be a lovely brown agate. A little rough on the edges there from tumbling down the Willamette for many years, but we'll polish her out, get her looking nice and clean. You can see there's some real sweet color variations in there. A little bit of grime on the back that will work off. So this has got to be my favorite rock. Really jealous of this one. Wish it was mine. Shout out to Marcus. We'll get it tumbled up nicely for you. Just some spectacular color variations in this one. I believe it's jasper based on the fractures, but it looks like I should be able to get it pretty smooth. I see a little fracture line right there that might cause some problems, some chipping. I think I can work those down to flat, but we'll have to see how the progress goes on this guy. But I think no matter what, it's going to turn out to be a winner. Another one from the Marcus bunch. Looks like some red jasper. It's got some really cool lines going through it. Actually, that one might be mine. Nope, I think that's Marcus's. We'll figure it out. This is definitely Marcus's. It's been tumbled up to stage 3, I believe, in the past, but it was taking a long time because Marcus is a smaller tumbler, so I'll throw it in the big guy to see. Don't think I'll be able to get this part all too clear. It looks pretty quartzy. Smooth, I guess, but I'm pretty confident about this back part. Should end up looking like a nice slice of lime or lemon when we're done. So orangey lemon. Nice flat agate from the Willamette. There's a couple of these had some pockets in there. I tried to get in there with my water pick and clean it out, but it's too gummed up in there, so let it soak in the tumbler. See how that goes. Another brown agate, pretty similar to that first guy I showed from the Willamette River. I'm not sure what this guy will do. Almost looks like amber or something. It's so fractured and has so many little bug holes in it. It's probably jasper. It's just in really rough shape. Another nice flat agate. There, some cool textures on the back. Little pocket right there. Got some little sparkly quartz on the inside. Did clean that out with the water pick as well. Still a couple little chunks in there that I couldn't seem to get out. But anyway, another brown agate. Real deep colors on that. Almost green. These tend to turn out pretty good, although they're not as beautiful or clear, I guess, as some of these might turn out, like this guy, if I can get him smooth. Doesn't have that clear opaqueness to it. Still end up looking nice. Nice chunk. I've been finding a lot of these chunks that have this white banding, mainly on the inside. Curious as to what that might be. If anybody knows, shout it out in the comments. Yeah, nice carnelian on the back there. Another nice carnelian. I'm really hoping to get this guy smoothed out on the outside. Let's see, there's a nice dark line, dark chunk right there. Sense of what it might look like on the inside. Pretty cool. This looks like it's gonna be a long video. Let's see, just a big hunk of agate. Got some weird angles on it. Almost 90 degrees and flat right there. Nice piece of red jasper with some agate bands through it. I think this one will tumble out really nice. It's pretty solid. Only fractures are kind of down here, so should be able to get that pretty clean. Jasper, brown jasper, maybe. Could be some sort of petrified wood, I don't know. I'm not a rock expert, you guys, I just like to find them. But I'm learning, so probably get some more details as we go throughout these videos, especially if people are actually commenting. I doubt they are. Big agate. This guy's got some cool colors on him. It's tie-dye. I think that's petrified wood. I've seen some pretty crazy layers in stone, so I'm never 100% sure on my petrified wood, but as confident as I get. Another possible petrified wood piece. A little easier to tell when they get tumbled out. You can really see the bands, but it looks like some pretty big growth on those rings, if it is in fact a tree. This is a chunk I just found in my yard, actually. I have a little fountain out front. Sometimes I throw some of my scrap rock in there, and I just figured I'd give that guy a tumble. This edge kind of caught my eye. There's a little bit of a shine to it, so we'll see. Still kind of testing out the tumbler to see what works and what doesn't. Tumbling a piece of this greenish rock right now. It looks like it's turning out pretty good, so based on how that turns out, we'll decide whether or not to throw these in with the next batch, but those out in the Tillamook forest. Another one with a little pocket on it. You can see the shimmers in there. This guy has got some colors on him. He also has a pocket. I can't even really see what's in that thing. I know there's a couple little crystals on the outside. Really actually want to cut this guy open, but I don't have a wet saw yet, so it's to come later episodes. Yeah, tune back in. I'll keep you guys updated through the progress here as these work their way through the tumbler. I just changed my tumbler yesterday from stage 3 to stage 4. Probably go 2 to 3 weeks on the stage 4, the final stage polish. Try to build up that shine really good. So once I tumble these, finish that, I'll tumble these again. I'll put these in, tumble them on stage 1. Cool little agate band through that guy. Petrified wood there. Anyway, put these guys in stage 1 for probably, again, 2 to 3 weeks. I really like to change the grit in there every week or so to give myself a good polish. A lot of these, as you can see, like this guy, going to need a lot of tumbling just to get anywhere near smooth. This is probably one of my favorite guys, though. I just love the color on him, but he's going to take a month on stage 1, I'm sure. We'll see how patient I am with him. Probably tumbled 5 batches all told, from start to finish, phase 1, 2, 3, and 4, with varying results. Been pretty happy with some of them, others not so much. I have a whole stack of rocks that I will retumble once I finish up this batch, because this is all that I've got, and it's tough to rock hunt during the winter time because the rivers are so full. So come spring, I'll get back there and start building back up my collection of 2B runs. but for right now, this is all I've got, so I'll probably end up working my way back through some of the older ones. Try those again and see if I can't work out some of the divots and imperfections that I got. I like this one a lot. I don't know if I'll be able to get it smooth, but I really like the banding that it's got in it. You can really see the layers. It's almost like a jawbreaker. For those that don't know, agates form in pockets in rocks when high salinity liquid gets not salinity. When you get a liquid in there that has the stuff that makes agates in it that I can't think of, someone will shout it out, or I'll think of it in a minute. But and then that dries out, leaving behind a kind of hard deposit. More flows in, builds up around that, just kind of keeps filling and filling and filling. Now I'm thinking about that. It's from the outside. Sorry, my bad. Fills up the outside, works its way in. Duh. There's another agate. Getting down to the small guys here. Some of these start getting pretty rough, but sometimes the small guys turn out the best. I might try to make some jewelry out of some of these small guys. Really deep yellows in that. I've not made any jewelry yet, but my daughter said that she would like some jewelry made out of some of these rocks, so I will see what I can do. Another one, I would really like to cut this guy open. I think there'd be some really cool layers inside this. As you can see, it's almost rounded, pretty smooth on the outside already. Piece of petrified wood. This petrified wood tumbles pretty fun, so it's really smooth, so nice look to that. A pretty big collection. It's funny to think that those were trees growing millions and millions of years ago. Just imagine the things that they experienced during their lifetime. Always blows my mind. A little hole in there. This guy, one of my favorites. Small, but really colorful. It's got a good shape to it too, so I think I'll be able to make something out of that. My only concern is that fracture right down the middle. Almost like two agates laying on top of each other on that side. So hopefully that survives. Agate sandwich in there, right on the outside. Found this out in the Ochco forest area. The creek's out there. Lots of jasper out there in that Ochco area, but never really been able to find a bunch of agates. I know there are some agate beds out there, but never really had time to search much out there. And the agates along the Willamette are so prevalent. Found some islands out in the middle that are kind of rock bar islands that are, I think, most of the time submerged during the winter time, and just get scraped every year and reorganized. And went there a couple of times, couple of different islands, and always came back with just buckets full of rocks. Nice way to spend a summer afternoon if you like being outdoors and walking around by water. Always a good time. And the green stuff from Tillamook. This guy, also from the Tillamook. I just found him on the road, the gravel road. I thought, if he tumbled, he'd be cool. Those color variations in there. We'll see. Another guy from the Ochco forest area. Some really cool jasper. I think this is the inside of a thunder egg that got broken up. It's very sharp and very colorful. So we'll see how that tumbles. Getting down down to the nitty-gritty here. Try to burn through these guys. Not keeping you for more than 20 minutes. It's a long video. It's hard to skip through rocks. All of them seem to need their time to kind of be inspected. It's a lot better to look at them with your own eyeballs. That's for sure. But not everybody can get out there and find these things, so figure I'll give you a little piece, a little taste of the rock hounding lifestyle. Just what you don't get is how excited you are to find even a small chunk like that when you're walking around. Even though you've got a pocket full of them already, it's like every time you find one, it's like, oh, look at it, it's right there on top. It's just sitting there, just waiting. You know, and like I said, kind of with the same story with the trees. You just wonder where, you know, these guys came out of a solid rock formation at some point, broke up, eventually fell into the river, and then eventually worked their way down to where I found them. And you just think of the journey. Oh, I like this guy too. Think of the journey that they've been on, and you know what has gone on around them. Like people might have walked over them, or always fun. Always fun thinking about stuff like that. It's a big world we live in. Hard to truly imagine the scale. A little piece of that jasper from Ochcoast. It's got a nice yellow chunk in there too. I think that'll probably break off. I think a lot of that will break off when I'm tumbling it. This is pretty, you can see on my fingers, chalky. Let's just do 2 at a time. For the rest of these little guys, you know, just regular agates. You find these all over the place, but like I said, it's fun when you're out looking for them and you find them. Always fun to come home with something. Maybe towards the end of the day you stop picking up little guys like this, but if this is one of the first things you find when you're out there looking, it's pretty exciting. It just let you know that there's something out there, and like I said, nice to have something clacking around in your pockets when you're walking around, so you know you've done something good. That's the whole pile. Figure it's probably 12 pounds worth of rock. Not the hugest haul, but it's a good one. Oh, man, would you just look at that? I mean, really, how does that happen? Look at all the different compositions of that rock in there. Or maybe it's just one and it's just really colorful. I don't know. Again, not a rock expert, but I feel like the red is iron. I think green is like nickel. That's about all I know. So, good job, Marcus. That is a winner. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Sean, for encouraging me to do this. Hopefully they'll get better as we go. Maybe work on a different setup or better lighting or something like that. So I'm just in my garage right now. You can probably hear my rock tumbler in the background churning back there. But yeah, anyway, thanks a lot, guys, and have a wonderful day.